Now, more complicated examples when solving by inspection is when you have multiple operations in the same question. So if we look at this first one, 7r plus 4 equals 25, let's look first at how r was created. Well, r, my variable, has two operations happening to it. It's being multiplied by 7, and it's also being added by 4. Well, according to BEDMAS, the first operation to have occurred was a multiplication. So if I put it in a box, I multiplied it by 7 first. 7 times r. Then once that happened, I added another box around it, and I added 4 in the end. And that gives me a total of 25. Now, if I am undoing this in inspection, I have to start with the most outer layer of my box and move back into R. So to undo my steps, I have to start with the positive 4 and then move to the multiplication afterwards, since I am basically doing BEDMAS backwards when I am undoing an algebraic expression. So 7r plus 4 equals 25. In order for me to undo this, I undo the most outer layer first, which is the plus 4. So in order to do that, I can either carry over or I can use the balance method. In this case, I will use the balance method so that you can see it. In order to balance this out, I need to subtract 4 from this side, which I will have to do the same on the other side. Then I am left with 7r. This cancels out to make 0, and it's left on this side to equal 21. Now I have to undo this 7 times r. Well, using the balance method, I have to undo a multiplication with a division. So we have 7r equals 21. Well, we divide this side by 7, so we can cancel out the 7's, and we have to do the same on the other side to balance it. These cancel out, and r is equal to 21 divided by 7, or is that equal to 3? The second example is the same, similar. 3y squared equals 27. Well, I see there's an operation, there's an exponent, a squared, and there's a multiplication. Well, according to BEDMAS, exponents come first before multiplication. So this was wrapped first. So the most outer layer is the multiplication. So we have to undo that one first. So in order to do that, I can carry over in this case. So I will start with the multiplication and undoing the times 3. If I bring the times 3 over to the other side, I'm left with y squared is equal to 27 now divided by 3. Y squared is equal to 9. Now in order for me to undo a squared, I take a square root. So the square root of y squared equals the square root of 9. Y is equal to 3. You'll also know later on that it's also equal to negative 3, but you'll learn that in a later grade. Letter I works the same way. G divided by 5 minus 19 equals 4. Well, I have a division here and a subtraction here. According to BEDMAS, I have to work backwards when I am unwrapping, so I undo this addition and subtraction first. I'll carry over this time. So g over 5 equals 4. Now the negative 19 becomes plus 19. G over 5 equals 23. I carry over the divided by sign, and it becomes multiplication. G equals 23 times 5. G equals 23 times 5 is 115. J is a little bit more tricky. I see I have numbers here on all the sides, and then I have some operations. Well, I can combine my numbers first, so I have 5m squared, and then I simplify 21 and minus 19 to make plus 2 equals 22. Then I carry over as normal, 5m equals 22 minus 2. 5m squared equals 20. Carry the 5 over, and it becomes divided by 20 divided by 5. M squared is equal to 4. Undo the square root, undo the square using a square root, and I find m equals 2 and also negative 2. This is how we solve with multiple operations.